Today we're making and playing pool pong. Interested? Here we go. What you're going to need for this build is a 2x2 foam mat. You can get these at Five Below. They're the exercise mats, 1/2 inch thick. I'm making a red one and a blue one, so I've got blue cups and red cups. You could use green cups, some clear ones, but I decided to go traditional Pong and use the red cups with a red thing, blue cups with a blue thing, or you could switch it around. You could use the red on the blue and the blue on the red. As far as what you're going to throw, these are little foam golf balls. They work really well. They're a little heavier than ping pong balls, so if there's any kind of wind outside, it's not going to be a problem, and you're not going to be able to crush these. Tools you're going to need: cutter, here we go, a pattern, a marker, and then some sort of ruler. This build has been quite the journey. I used a lot of geometry. Here's my son checking my math. Here's a original prototype. I was going to use pool noodles. So what I wanted to do is I had a couple criteria. It looks a lot like a Christmas tree, doesn't it? I wanted the cups to sit in the foam so they wouldn't come out. It had to float, as you saw in the intro and you'll see it in the outro. And I figured that out to be about 2.5 inches. When I came down here to shoot this video, I realized this one's square. But believe it or not, these circles will work for this. This is not to encourage anyone to drink. You can put soda in here. You can put water from the pool. You really don't need to use alcohol. Nor do I encourage use of alcohol. So that's basically the design I came up with. Then I decided to really simplify it. So I went from that to this. It's a template, and I made it out of a pizza box. So this was the next step. There's holes in here. Put the marker, and this is the center hole for each one of these cups. So here's my ultimate design. And using a hole saw, I was able to cut that out. So you just put these in here, like this. Start from the center, it's easier that way. Level them all out. And as you saw in the intro, it does float. I wanted something you could actually put in your suitcase and go to the beach with. You can see what the sides look like. Okay, so that's how it sits in the foam, and it works great. You could use it on a table. I'm not going to accidentally fall over. They don't cut out of this holder at all until you pull them out. All right, and just keep playing the game. A lot of fun. Just to give you a kind of sense of things, it's a triangle with sides of 18, 22 inches long. These were originally triangles. I just trimmed those off, and you could use the smooth side. I kind of like the textured side for the top. I still have some cut lines here. Not too worried about that. Once you put the cups on here, you can barely see those. Next thing I'm going to do is trace my pattern, and I'm going to take advantage of this straight line over here. I'm using a brand new sharp marker. Lay my template on there, push down on it. Really important that you don't move your pattern at this point. Then each one of these holes will be the center point where I put the 2.5 inch hole saw. I wasn't sure that the hole saw was going to work, but it did. I guess you could look at this as like a lightweight, almost balsa wood, just to make sure. I'm going to hit all of these again, because once I pick the pattern up, it will be really hard to get it back in place. Pick it up. There's my pattern. Pretty good with that. Then I'll go in and just kind of darken these spots a little bit to give me the center hole. Now I'm just going to sharpen up my cutter and just start cutting. Okay, the only hard part is this around here. Tighten my cutter up a little bit. Got to press down firmly. I'm going to trim that after I get it out. I found it's easier to trim it once it's out of the big piece. Sand it down if you want. Press firmly and make sure your cutting surface is designed for this. And try to go as straight down or perpendicular as you possibly can. I'm trying to be a little more aware of that this time. And don't do what I just did. Try to cut away from the pattern if at all possible or when possible. I did do a little bit of a curve here. I think I didn't want it to cut through or fatigue over time. See how we doing? Come up wherever you are. Okay, not bad. Just cut these off. See how I came in a little bit on that? A little upsetting, but you're never going to see it when it's floating in the water. It's really not going to make that big of a difference. Just try not to do it. I finished cutting all the little nubs off, and just come in here and just shave it away a little bit. You can use scissors, whatever, and then you can go back here and clean it up with a little sanding, Dremel tool, if you really want to, or you can kind of just leave it rustic. Now it's time to take it outside and put the holes in it. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know if it's messy, I want to do it outside. It's easier to sweep up the driveway than it is to sweep up the downstairs. So I've got a 2.5 inch hole saw. I'm going to put it right on the center hole and then try to find a place where you've had a hole. Relatively smooth cut, and then I just take a little tool like this and pull the thing out. I guess I have to put that back in. Now, just repeat that another 8 times. There you go, all finished. It's a little rough. I might sand it down a little bit, clean it up a little bit. Then I'm going to save these for some sort of future project because they're nice circles. I'm bound to use them for something. I've decided I'm going to kind of take a Dremel and smooth this out a little bit. I'm not real proficient at this, haven't done it a lot, so I'm going to try on a cut piece first to make sure I understand how fast to go. And this can get real messy. Yeah, see how quickly that sands down? Doesn't take much time at all. It smooths it out. Here we go. We're gonna take this corner, smooth it out a little bit, clean it up. Be very careful because you can overdo it pretty quickly. And I'm at a low file setting, just trying to take the curve out of that. Much different than sanding wood, goes quick. Maybe around some of the bottom holes where it gets a little rough. Just be very careful not to do it too much. The step with the Dremel tool is completely optional, but I found that it really kind of cleaned up the project, taking the black lines off. You don't have to go all the way down like this. You just have to go over the top, and it kind of sweetens it up a little bit. You have to be careful of the curves. You can see where I maybe went into there a little too deep. This is the perfect one. It's a little wider. I wouldn't use anything smaller. I'm really new at this. I've seen it a lot of cosplay channels about using this. I found that if you bring the project to the Dremel, it works a lot better than if you try to take the Dremel to the project, because then you have a tendency to do that kind of grooving. But I'm a newbie at this, and I plan to use it a lot more because it worked pretty good.
Thumbs up and comments are always appreciated. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more sports related videos coming soon.
And playing pool pong. Interested? Here we go.
Sports related videos coming soon. Got it. Alright, no. Thumbs up and comments. Thumbs up and comments are always appreciated. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more sports related videos coming soon.
Okay.
This is when you really need a 360 camera.
You are making a lot of background noise.
Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more airplanes and loudness in the background. All right, shut it off.